Now, live from your local news source, this is ABC 27 News at noon.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm James Crummell. The U.S. Army finalized its sixth disinterment project, returning 4 Native American children to their families. They died more than 100 years ago after being sent to the Carlisle Indian Industrial School. One family came to Carlisle expecting to take their ancestors' remains home with them, but got an unwelcome surprise. Sonica Bargo joins us live now in Carlisle to explain. Good afternoon, Sonica.
James, the original mission of this project was to return 5 children, but like you mentioned, unfortunately for one family, that proved impossible. Last week, the U.S. Army disinterred the grave, which was marked as Edward's Spot of the Puyallup tribe, but instead of finding remains of a 17 or 18-year-old male, analysis showed the remains they found to be of a woman in her late teens or early 20s. These unknown remains were reburied over the weekend with the help of Edward Spot's family and Puyallup tribal members. The Office of Army Cemeteries tells us the Carlisle Indian School Cemetery was relocated in the early 1900s from the current site of the War College, but records from that time period are not always thorough, which could have created the mix-up. The Office of Army Cemeteries is working with tribes across the country to identify that unknown woman, and they are also looking at burial records to try and find Spot's remains and finally return them to his family.
So anytime we present the results of our findings to a family, it's deeply personal and emotional. It's disappointing not only for my staff, but personally, it is one of the hardest communications that anyone could make. The Puyallup family this year were extremely graceful and extraordinarily strong.
I have reached out to Spot's family. I spoke to them before this disinterment project began, and they were in Carlisle last week, hoping to bring home his remains. But I'll have more on all of this tonight at 5 and 6. Live in Carlisle, James, back to you.
A disappointment there, Sonica. You can even hear there just in the voice there. This project has been going on for many years, and to have this happen, I'm sure, just upsetting news.
It is. It's not the first time this has happened where they were unable to find the remains of the child they were looking for. It did happen last year as well, but they do try and work with tribes across the nation. They also look at burial records from the initial cemetery where the War College stands now to try and find these children who were marked as being buried there, but their headstone and the remains are mismatched. But they are trying to find these children. They told me they are really committed to getting these remains back to their tribes and families.
All right, Sonica Bargo live for us there in Carlisle. Thank you very much for that.